Pluribus episodes 7 and 8. No, 8 and 9. Right? So, yep, for those that haven't seen the last 2 episodes of Pluribus, I suggest you stop this podcast right now. Go to Apple TV Plus, Apple Plus, and watch the Pluribus. We are about to do the Channel 135 recap.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Alright, episode 8, Charm Offensive, directed by Melissa Bernstein, written by Johnny Gomez. Manuso wakes up at a Panamanian hospital after being treated for his injuries. Despite the others' caution that he still needs time to recover, he forcefully demands to leave and drives away in an ambulance. In Albuquerque, Carol spends the day with Zoja as the others return to the city. Zoja shows Carol how they sleep in groups inside big spaces, and Carol stays with the others overnight. The two spend more time the next day, and Zoja tells Carol about the alien signal's origin, and the others plan to build a giant antenna to transmit the signal to other planets. Later, they visit a diner with connections to Carol's riding career, which was rebuilt from scratch by the others. That night, Carol explains that the situation with the others is unsustainable, and she knows the hive mind is attempting to distract her from pursuing a solution. Zoja kisses Carol and they sleep together. The next morning, Carol produces the first chapter of the next book in her Winds of Why Carol's series. Several days later, Zoja informs Carol she is about to have a visitor as Manusos nears the Mexico-US border. Episode 9, La Chica or El Mundo, directed by Gordon Smith, written by Alison Tatlock and Gordon Smith. Manusos arrives at Carol's home. Carol uses a translator app to communicate with him, and he reveals his intent to destroy the others if the joining cannot be reversed. Manusos searches Carol's home for listening devices. Carol brings him to stay at one of her neighbor's homes. After seeing Carol call Zoja, Manusos asks the others to send Zoja to talk to him privately. Carol takes her away, but Manusos calls for another member of the others to replace Zoja. Zoja suddenly goes into convulsions, and Carol finds that Manusos has intentionally triggered a global seizure to test the radio frequency he discovered. Carol stops him, and Zoja and the others leave the city to protect themselves from Manusos. Carol leaves with Zoja, and they tour the world together for 2 weeks. During this time, an immune teenager in rural Peru willingly joins the others. Zoja reveals her fate to Carol and confesses that the others are working to extract Carol's stem cells from her frozen eggs, expecting to complete their custom virus in about a month. Carol has Zoja return home with a large crate containing an atom bomb and tells Manusos that she is ready to help him. That was your Channel 135 episode recap. Alright, Luce, man. You know what? I was thinking at the end of this last episode, damn, I wanted more, man. I wanted more.
Yeah,
I wanted more.
I felt that way too after the last episode, and I actually put my first thing on the last episode was, I think I put it at a 6 out of 10. But then recently, I think I watched it again. Probably Saturday or Sunday, can't remember when. But I watched. I just happened to watch. I was quickly going through 8, and then I watched number 9 again, and then I found out. Oh, no, it was a good ending. It was because I think number 8 gave it more. I gave it more info than it had ever in any other episode. Number 8, I think so. I guess number 8 was the final episode, and number 9 was just like, okay, let's get prepared for season 2 kind of thing.
Because number 8, they talked about the planet they're from, and their plans to send the signal to other planets,
Yeah, so it's definitely extraterrestrial, right?
Yeah.
But like you see the relationship between them, like the hive mind and how they act together, like how they try to minimize their use of resources, on the planet to the extent where they won't even kill anything. So that's like next level crazy. So, but there was a lot of stuff that she found out in that one episode. Then we found out through all the other episodes put together. So I was like, it was a good episode. So I gave I think I gave the last episode an 8 out of 10. So I was like, okay. That kind of makes sense to me more, a bit, I think.
My first initial reaction was disappointment at the end of the last episode.
Same.
But also a feeling of this is still an awesome series. This series is still awesome. Like now I gotta wait fucking probably a year for it to connect. But I think the way I felt at the end of this season of Pluribus is the same way I felt at the end of first season of Alien Earth. Because Alien Earth finishes similar. Like nothing really happens.
Yeah.
Nothing really gets resolved, and it's almost like it's cut off. It's almost like you said, it sets up for the next season.
Yeah, it was basically a setup, eh?
And so I'm wondering if, because I had this feeling with Alien Earth, is this a new way of doing series? If creators got the okay to make multiple seasons of their story, is this their chance to structure the story like this? Like, don't give us much at the end and make us wanting more, because the way Alien Earth ended is sort of, what the hell, like, then what? I don't want to wait till next season. I want to now. The same way I felt for end of Pluribus, like this is exactly the same kind of thing that they gave me. Like, yeah, the atom bomb. The atom bomb was a good touch because that was a big joke.
Gets back to the first episode, like
third episode. Like that was a big joke with the atom bomb, and now she's got it. So
yeah, that did make me laugh a lot. And I was like, when Manuso goes, "Oh, what's this?" Atom bomb, and then she goes back in the house, and he's like, "What the fuck?" And then he didn't say it, but you can see it on his face. He's like, "What the? Hey, are you serious?"
But yeah, just. It's the same way I felt, man. Like, and then when I thought about it some more, and I thought, okay, what it tells me is that, it sets up for the next season. But what does that mean? Does that mean that the bulk of the story, the action and everything is happening from now on? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we get all the action from Alien Earth for season 1. We set up all the characters. We set up the dynamics between the corporations and all that stuff. So now are we getting into the nitty gritty now? This is when the story starts. Like we've set everything up, now the story starts at the start of season 2. So I get that. Is that what's gonna happen with Pluribus? Now that we've set up the characters, now that Carol and Manusos is gonna be a team, we know where they stand now. We know where the Hive stands, where Zosha stands. We can move forward and get the story started. We've drawn the line between the good guys and the bad guys, or Team A versus Team B. We just go from there. Is this the point at the end of season 1 of Pluribus where we needed to be to get the story started? Now, when you think about prequels, if you think of season 1 as a prequel to the when the story really starts for beginning of season 2, it makes sense that way. If you're going to make a prequel for the story of Pluribus, it has to be season 1. Because if you think about what season 1 is, where we start at season 1 and where we finish at season 1, if you put that season under a headline which says prequel, that's what it is. Yeah. Hey, that's what it is. Same as when you look at Alien Earth. When you look at Alien Earth in the beginning and to the end, you put it under prequel because now the story's going to start in season 2. That's when the real nitty-gritty happens. It makes sense. So what I'm saying is this is a new, to me, my observations are the storytelling. You build your universe, you build your characters, you build the lore, right? You write it out. And then you write out your story. What your story is going to be about, right? So maybe season 2 was the actual story, but because you had to build that story, it becomes its own thing. So maybe season 1 of Pluribus is the prequel, is the build up to what we're going to see in season 2. Season 2 now is going to be the start of what the real story is about.
Yeah, because I think something I feel like the studios now, like, you remember back in the days when they used to do TV shows, right? They'll do season 1 and and there won't be that many episodes, right? It'll probably be like 6 or 7. And if it takes off, then they'll do season 2. But it looks like if the story's good enough, they span that story across 2 seasons. So they've already prepared for season 2, so it's structured in. So the second to last episode is usually the last episode for that season, and then the last episode is like the flow, the gap between season 1 and season 2, like how you were saying, the prequel. So it's a new thing you see now. Like, you see the studios doing this. Like, the Alien Earth is a perfect example. It's like they've already known that this is going to be a good story, so they've already set it up for 2 seasons. If it's any good, if the first season is good and the second season takes off, then they'll probably start the 3 and 4th season together as well. And that might be the same with Pluribus, because Pluribus is good writing. So yeah, I think that's the way they've structured it now. I think for some stories, if they're unsure, they'll probably just do the 1 season. They haven't done the 2nd season yet. But you can tell too by the end season, right? Usually they just end it and they'll be like, oh, that's the conclusion of the story. They've closed the story off and then, that's the end of the TV series. But then expect season 2 comes out because season 1 did so well. But in Pluribus and Alien Earth, they're getting ready for season 2 already. It's just that good.
Well, other than the common thing about Alien Earth and Pluribus is what I felt is what I just mentioned. But you're right, like the storytelling is on another level, and the clues to tell you how good the writing is exactly how you described it. Like, this is how they're doing it. If you got enough story, you can separate it into 2 seasons. But if you do it in a way where you're just taking your build-up and creating a story out of the build-up, the build-up's fine. You can make a season out of a build-up if it's interesting enough, and you can make it interesting. Yeah. So the writing tends to be, and the reason why we're disappointed is because it doesn't carry on. It stops, right? It stops, and now
we have to wait.
Now we have to wait. But see, these characters that we're at the top of the character arcs, right? We're at the top of their character arcs. See, with Manusos, when we first see him, he's locked himself up in this house. He's covered all the windows. He's paranoid. He doesn't eat anything that they give him. He's just paranoid as fuck, man. He's like, and then he gets this message from Carol, and he thinks he's got a ally straight away. That's why he makes that move to go over there, right? But when he's there in Carol's house, right, he makes contact with the hive with Zoja. So he's talking to a hive member, right? He's talking to one of them. He never did that before.
Yeah.
Remember, he was locked up in his house. Didn't want to talk to anyone. Didn't want to eat their food. Now he's talking to them. So his character arc has evolved to, maybe it's because he's sort of figured out that the signal, he could reverse it, right? But in order to do that, he has to break his rule and talk to them, get information out of them, right? So he didn't do that when he was alone by himself, but he's doing it now. So his character's evolved. Carol has evolved a lot. Like, she starts off being mean and she's not happy, even though she's got a girlfriend. And then the thing happens, this event happens, and she's pissed off and she's angry and she wants to change things, and then she changes her mind, right? And then she gives in. That's why her and Zoja went around the world and going skiing and swimming in tropical islands and all that kind of shit.
Crazy, man.
Until the moment she doesn't want to hear, when they still wanted to jump over. So she's like, fuck, you guys trying to distract me. I'm sticking to my guns. I'm going back. That's why she goes back home with the atom bomb, right? So, yeah, man, it's the top of their character arcs. Like, where Manusos is right now is where he needs to be in order for the story to move forward. Carol, she's back at home. She doesn't want to be part of the hive anymore. She understands that Zoja is everybody. So she has to cut that off. She has to go back to how she felt when they first went to the hive, right?
Yeah, because
So
she
now,
thought.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's gone there and come back.
Yeah.
Now she's got more of understanding of what goes on, and now she has a choice, and she chose to go back home and team up with Manusos. That's why when she said to Manusos, "You win," because now they're gonna do what they want to do to save the world. Manusos says, "I want to save the world."
Yeah.
So now they're 100% saving the world. So
Yeah, because that all started with it was a good move by the hive mind isolating Carol. You know how they just left her, because it was like what? It was like a good at least probably a couple of months or something, eh? They left her alone for like ages, and then she just got super lonely. She asked for them back. That was probably the lead up to that. She couldn't take it anymore. But it's still crazy, eh? Like she's like, have a thought, okay, Carol wants all the lights off, and then she can just turn the lights off, or turn the lights on, or ask them to hoot the train while she's watching. It's like shit like that's crazy, man. But it boggles my brain. Give yourself a massage. Fuck. Bloody hell.
yeah, that's interesting to me. Carol actually gave in at the end, in the middle there.
Yeah, nah,
And-
I knew she was going to, because the isolation was too much for her.
Yeah, but she didn't even question what Manusos was doing with the radio. Like all she saw was
A
Zoja.
guy like her in the beginning, bro.
Well, like before it happened, like
Oh yeah.
just talking to Zoja, and Zoja just lay herself down on the ground, and Carol goes, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, something's about to happen," and she starts shaking because Manusos doing his thing, right, with the other dude. And so when Carol goes over, he sees him with the radio, and he puts it on that guy's chest, and he whispers in his ear, "Come back, come back," as if he knows a way to bring them back, right?
Yeah.
Like she didn't even question that. She didn't even question what he's doing. To think, what is he doing? Is this a way to bring them back? Like,
Yeah.
she didn't even want that. She
That-
went back outside, grabbed the gun, and shot the gun to give him a fright. And then she leaves with the hive. She leaves Manusos alone and leaves with the hive. Because
Yeah.
what is she thinking at that point? Is she thinking at that point like she doesn't care about the hive being like that, and she's okay with them now? Like she doesn't want to lose Zoja, but knowing that Zoja is everybody, like when she sleeps with Zoja, she's sleeping with everybody. She's sleeping with her family, her cousins, and she's sleeping. She's not. Is she that narrow focus that she doesn't care? She just sees Zoja.
Yeah, Zosha did state in the program that she experiences what they feel, but I mean, the others are aware of what's going on, but they don't feel it. So I guess that's not a bad thing.
But
It is
yeah,
crazy. It is crazy.
But she doesn't. But Carol doesn't care. See, that's the thing.
Yeah.
She doesn't care now. She's happy to sleep with Zoja, right? She's happy to sleep with Zoja, knowing that she's sleeping with everybody. Like seeing her naked, all that kind of stuff. Like she just gave all that up. She said, right, I'm just seeing Zoja. I'm not thinking of the hive. That's what she's doing. She's blocking the hive out and just seeing Zoja.
Yeah.
Right?
That's why one also goes, hey, are you want to save the world or are you after the girl?
Exactly. So Manusos knows.
Yeah.
Manusos knows. So we're at a point in Carol's character arc where at that point, she's gone the whole 360, man.
Yeah.
She's not the Carol we met going into the season, bro.
Yeah, I was expecting that too. I was expecting that. But yeah, differently though.
Yeah. So yeah, that was interesting. That was interesting for me anyway. So it's only until Zoja tells Carol that she's got their eggs, and they've got a way to bring her over.
It was that conversation, that scene was quite funny because you could see Zoja was trying to explain to Carol, but in a way I was saying, instead of just saying, yeah, we got your eggs, just trying to skip around the question.
Yeah.
She's
But
like,
she can't lie, eh?
yeah, but Carol is very, you know, she picks up all the little things and goes, what do you mean? And so Zosa had no other choice but to tell her that we got your eggs. So we can just make you us whenever we feel like it. She's like, hey, but I thought you loved me. She kept on thinking Zosa was an individual.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Carol's blocked it out. Carol's blocked out that Zosia is a part of the hive. And she only sees Zosia as what she wants her to be.
Yeah, and Zosa is
individual.
in love with me.
Yeah, an
with
individual.
Me, Carol.
Exactly. When the hive is just using Zosia to control Carol. Like, that's the underlining thing that's going on here, eh? And it was working. Until the truth comes out and, you know, the stem cells things. So that sort of snaps Carol back into reality mode, so to speak, eh?
Yep. Puts her back to where she was in the first, probably second season.
Exactly. And the atom bomb, getting the atom bomb, that just tells us now this time she's fucking serious.
Yeah, she's gone back to the original plan.
She's serious. Like,
I just clicked. You know the guy in Las Vegas?
mm,
You know how they can get his stem cells, right? He's forever banging those chicks.
true, eh?
Oh, damn. Oh, they got that guy.
It was interesting in the beginning of the last episode, where we see that that village, and I guess that's the last girl, that one of the girls there hasn't been changed, and the way the village is still operating around the girl,
and then
that was a sad scene, man. For me. And that was probably the first hint of, because we talked about on this podcast how, I know Stace was on here, and I asked the question, why aren't we seeing anything sinister about what this hive is doing, right? But I think we have a sneak peek at it with this scene, with this village scene, where we see, you know, obviously the whole village is under the hive, and the girl that's there, she's not, right? She's part of the 12 that are immune. The stem cells come for her, and they twist the cap over the canister that comes out of the suitcase, comes in the helicopter. She sniffs it, and then she turns, right? And this is the sad part. She turns, and automatically the villagers leave. Put out the fire. They just fuck off, right?
Yeah.
And the girl, she's changed. She joins. What does she do? She goes straight to where her goat is, and releases it. Opens the gate, and let all the animals go. And she walks back and follows everyone else wherever they're going. And that last shot with the goat coming up, and
just carries on walking.
She carries on walking, doesn't care. So the goat is on his own. So is that the first hints of what the downsides of this?
Yeah,
being joined in the hive.
Because they obviously did that to make the girl feel comfortable, right? They obviously just carried on with this old village routines and stuff.
Exactly.
Just for her to feel comfortable until she joins.
Exactly.
Then there was no need after that.
Exactly. So, in a way, that's what they're doing in Albuquerque, right? Around Carol.
Yeah, same thing. Especially when they when Zosia takes it back to the cafeteria.
That's right.
Because she had a dive into her memories and found out, Carol likes this place, you know, because when she first started going back to her writing and stuff. The only interesting thing I found out about those couple of scenes was Zosia was really excited to read new material. So it's like, shit, okay, you know, they crave on new, probably data? I don't know. Must be a thing like something, because if she's everyone, she's probably read everything that everybody's ever read. So this stuff coming off Carol's new material, and she seems to like, oh yeah, I'm keen for that. You know, just keen for, I don't know what it is. What do you call that? But yeah, I found that really interesting. I thought that was weird.
Yeah, well, you know, it was an accident because she's one of the markers. She's got her notes for the book in the first screen. But behind the screen is where she's really writing notes about the situation. She's writing down notes on what she's learning about the hive. and it's reminding her what she has to do, right?
Yeah,
So in a way, what she's writing down is exactly the Carol we started out with, right? As soon as she goes to Zoja around the world, she leaves Manusos and goes off for Zoja. It's sort of like she doesn't care about that whiteboard anymore. You know, she could just wipe it clean because it doesn't matter to her anymore until the stem cell thing happens, and that's what brings her back. But remember, she wanted new markers, whiteboard markers, and they just assumed that she's doing notes for a book again, so she had to go along with it. She's like, "Oh yeah, I am," but it wasn't for that. It wasn't for the book. So, you know that. And then when she that scene when she goes back and looks at the notes for the book, she's like, maybe I should write the book because they mentioned it, right? Yeah. And she goes on writing the book, so she's happy again because she gets to give the first chapter to Zoja to read. And remember, her girlfriend Helen, she doesn't want to read the stuff. Remember?
Yes.
She got upset.
Yes.
She got upset. But Zoja, she wants to read it straight away. So she gets that sort of like adrenaline rush, like she's sort of like happy that, you know, Zoja's there to read. So, or maybe, you know, it's all good. I don't have to worry about the hive. I just concentrate on Zoja, forget about the hive, and just concentrate on Zoja. She's reading my stuff. I can write my book. I can be happy. We can live happily ever after. So, you know, she is getting sucked in. She is getting sucked into the world of what they want her to be. Like when she gets upset with the diner and she goes back and Zoja comes to ask what's going on. Like that is why. That's the reason why she's upset, because it's a distraction. You're distracting me.
Yeah. So that's why Zosia pulled out the all-in card.
Exactly. So, you know, Carol knows, but she refuses to go there because
she like
Carol's
it.
like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to go with you. We'll go around the world.
I like it.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, I like this episode for that. For that. Like, you have to think about it, and you think about the character arcs, where they're going, and it's really interesting to see what's going on. But I think, to answer the question me and Stace were discussing on the previous episode, when are we going to see anything sinister? Are we going to see anything sinister with this hive? I think we already have. We just don't know it.
Yeah. I think when the push comes to shove, because definitely Carol and what's his name again? Manuso?
Yeah.
I think those two are just going to be absolute like, nah, no, I'm not taking that shit. Fuck you. And I think they might, you know, we might see the dark side of who they really are. I don't know. But man, that is a scary thought. When push comes to shove, what are they capable of? Everything. Really frightening to think about.
I saw Pluribus won a few awards. Ray Sehorn, who plays Carol, she's won 3 awards already.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
For Best Actress in her role.
Did Endor win anything? Probably Best Sci-Fi, hopefully.
I'm not sure.
I know Adolescence did pretty well.
So Pluribus won Best Television Program of the Year at the American Film Institute Awards. Ray Sehorn won Best Lead Performance by Actress in the Screen Awards, and she won Pluribus won Best Drama Series at the Critics' Choice Awards. Ray Sehorn again won Best Actress in the Drama Series at the Critics' Choice Awards, and she won again at the Golden Globes Best Performance by an Actress in the Television Series Drama.
So
yeah,
that says a lot.
It's award season right now, so yeah. So what we learned? We've learned that what's to come. The hive want to build an antenna to spread the word around, but I think they can't do that until everyone out of the 12 has changed over. So I guess Manusos and Carol were the last ones to be turned over, and maybe we won't see the last of the guy in Las Vegas.
And the Indian lady too, the one that keeps on. You know how they like Manuso was making Zosia and the rest of them, you know, that kind of fit thing they were having, and then she gets a phone call, and Carol's like, "I know who it is." It wasn't me this time. I thought that was funny.
Maybe Manusos will figure it out how to reverse the signal.
Yeah, I think I was thinking about that for ages, like, because he was checking all the signals, right? All the radio signals.
Mm.
He's trying to figure out what's up with this signal, and you can hear something on it, eh?
Mm.
So I'm guessing he's thinking that, okay, the signal is up there. Maybe there's a way of blocking it. I think that's what he was trying to do with the guy, because you know how if they get intimidated, they start shaking? Like how, Carol loses her shit, and then they start flopping around on the ground like a fish.
Mm.
And then he did the same thing, but he was like trying to ask the guy to come back, eh?
Yeah.
Like you could see him like on the couch talking to him quietly, like, hey, come back. Like he's still in there, but it's that signal that's blocking him somehow.
Mm.
And this one consciousness has got everybody in the trap. So I think Manuso is probably the closest to solving the problem, but yeah. If he's going to do it like that, bro, he needs something quicker, eh? Like a broad signal that can broad out to everybody all at once.
Yeah.
Or a blocker signal. I don't know. He might be onto something.
Mm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next season. Whenever that comes out. Probably end of the year or next year.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yes, I'm keen. What did you give the whole season out of 10?
All right, we're going to do our rating. So, how do we do our rating? The Channel 135 series rating.
Bro, we still haven't given the name for that shit.
10 is elite.
Yep.
Does it deserve a 9? Damn.
I'm going to give it an 8.6 or 8.7. It's just that the series is good. I love the story. It's fucking clever. Like some of the episodes drag.
Mm-hmm.
And then it like drip feeds you. Like I guess it's a good way, but I just felt like the pacing of some of the episodes were like, man, they were like a bit fucked up. Yeah, I think some of the pacing issues, there was some of that, and man, some of the like there was some real dense stuff. If you're not, you have to actually concentrate watching this program. That's the other thing. I knew because like when I watched the last 2 episodes, I wasn't really, so I was just quickly, I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But then when I actually was like using all my brain cells, if I was using all my brain cells, I actually gave it a different number because I was actually looking, okay, I get it. So it's not a show that you can just like, if you want to turn your brain off and watch a show, this is not it. You actually have to keep you got to be awake to watch this program. So yeah, it's probably the other things too that's why I gave it a 8 point. What did I say? 8.7.
8.7. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good indicator. 10 and 9 are elites. For me, Sopranos is 10. The Wire is 10. I think those are only programs I put in 10 elites.
And I put
Pluribus is close, man, but I'm giving it. Man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm giving it 8.9. It's up there. I don't think it's a 9, but it's up there.
Yeah.
8.9. Yeah. Good 8.9.
Nice.
I think with season 2, it will climb. It has to climb.
Yeah, it will be.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be some kind of conclusion to it too.
But I think what you were describing, Eric, with the slow paciness of it, like, and it drip feeds you stuff, that's Vince Gilligan's style, bro. He did that on Breaking Bad. Even though it's more exciting, Breaking Bad, more action-packed, but it's the same sort of formula. The show and don't tell. Show you a lot, but don't tell you how.
Yeah,
so a lot of the Breaking Bad episodes, the action's happening, and you're trying to figure out what they're doing, and you don't get it until the end.
Yeah, that's where a lot of your brain has to be awake, kind of thing. That's why I wasn't. That's why I wasn't too sure if I should say it drip feeds you, because I know it was done on purpose.
Yeah,
I was just making. Yeah. But I'm lucky I said that because the other stuff as well.
Yeah, for example, that scene where Carol goes to the Mitre 10 to get that paint, and you're wondering what the hell she's doing, and she goes and it doesn't show you, but she's doing something on the road.
Yeah.
And she's writing a message.
That was cool.
Like, that gives you the last thing. So yeah, man. Yeah, man. 8.9 for me and 8.6 for you.
7.
8.7.
Either one, it doesn't make any difference.
Sweet, bro. That's us. 2026 first episode in the belts. We'll be back again. We put in some movie reviews, so I don't know what movie we're gonna watch next. Eric, maybe Rip. Rip comes out on Friday. The new Ben Affleck and Matt Damon action thriller.
Is it? I thought that was already out.
No, it comes out on Friday on Netflix.
Oh, yep.
Straight to Netflix.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
I'll have a look.
So maybe
Ben Affleck?
maybe watch that and we'll do a review on it.
So it's Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Oh, yep. It's a good. Yeah. Man, I noticed. What's his name? He did Family Plan. Forgot the actor's name again. Was it Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah.
Man, I've seen him. He's been popping up here and there, eh? Like movie after movie after movie. All these family kind of crime action type movies.
On Prime, as well.
Yeah.
Family Plan on Prime, yeah.
It's popping up like The Rock. Like The Rock.
Sweet, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks, man, for coming on. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, enjoyed it, bro. Thank you.
All right.